Common sense approach. Mark my words. I guarantee you, the civilians of Chicago will beg for the National Guard in no time. I guarantee you that the civilians will beg for the National Guard in no time in the city of Chicago. You know, I remember the late 80s, all through the 90s and the early 2000s. That's all the civilians used to ask for in the city of Chicago. Our grandparents and parents. They was asking for any sitting president or governor to send the National Guards, especially during the 90s. It had got so bad on the low end, on the south side, where the projects was, that they got on the news and canceled school for about 3 to 4 days so they got that shit controlled. I'm telling you, no lie. In the 90s, got on the news and canceled school. That's how bad it was, and they still ain't sending no National Guard. They just tore the buildings down. And see, that's how God works. The civilians of Chicago has been asking for someone to send in the National Guard for over 3 decades. Okay? And then God finally bless you. But He send that blessing in a package that you don't like. You don't like that package. So you just throw the blessing away. Never mind that you've been asking for this for 3 decades. For somebody to help you with this problem that you have. Okay? Crime and violence. But since it came in a package that you don't approve of, you just threw it all away. And that's going to cost you. Now remember I said it was a guy that was speaking against the National Guard coming into Chicago, saying that they're not going to stand for it. They'll go to war with them. Okay? And he said that what you civilians need to understand in the rest of the country is that there's more evil than there is good. There's more evil people than there is good. And they're keeping count. Okay? And see, I just seen where a guy who had, I guess, a barbershop or working at a barbershop just happened. You know? And somebody came in there and tried to rob him and took his life. He was a father and grandfather. Took his life. And that's what you civilians are going to start seeing a lot more of in Chicago. You're going to start seeing the criminals not, they still going to do their thing against each other, because they got, blood has been spilled. So they going to still, but, a lot of their aggression and their actions are going to start being more towards you civilians in Chicago. A lot of more what you'll call innocent people are going to start being hurt. A lot more than you usually used to see, because that's how it works. Okay? That's how it works. That's the only way that God gets you to bring your ass back. And say, if this the package, that this is just the package. You either want the help or you don't. Because I seen a grown man who was related to that guy who got killed. I think it was his father and his daughter on TV crying. A grown man shedding tears. A grown man shedding tears. Saying he wish he could tell him he love him again. One more time. Okay? So, mark my words. The civilians, you will beg for the National Guard to come. But it's going to be a catch. It's going to be a catch. If they do, they're going to want probably 75 to 100% control of what they can do and how they can do it. Meaning, get back. This common sense approach. I'm out.